Hello my friends and welcome back to the studio. David Kessler here, part 2 of our multi-part series on how I make abstract paintings. Now this process may not, and I'm not advocating this as a process, I get lots of questions from people asking me, hey, show your process. So I've done that in previous videos and I get more requests to keep doing these, so that's why I'm doing them. I hope you enjoy it, I hope you'll find it helpful. In the previous video, we talked about me using a 24 by 24 canvas covered with a thick layer of gesso to give me a little bit of texture here. We talked about my use of the analogous color scheme that I'm going to be using, which is red, violet, red, red, orange, and orange, right? And then my little color system that I use on my color wheel. I pick a dominant color, a non-dominant color, and then 2 accent colors because I have 4 colors. So my idea is I'm going to use the red violet, which is a cool color, and the red is sort of my dominant, non-dominant, and then use these 2 colors, the red, orange, and the orange, as the accent color to create center of interest. Previously I also talked about this painting. It's going to be one in a series called Dusk to Dawn. So it's primarily going to be a low-key painting, meaning on the lower end or the darker end of the value scale. Also meaning that I probably won't have any real light values in there, but mostly mid-value, dark mid-value, and dark value. Okay? And that goes along with this nighttime mood that I'm trying to create with this series of paintings. Okay? So, next thing we're going to do, we're going to go to the palette, check out the paints that we're going to be using, and go from there. Alright, here we are at the palette. Now for me this is a very simplified palette. I'm not going to do a lot of mixing. I'm going to use colors mostly right out of the jar. Now let's go through the colors. I got Hansa Light, Hansa Yellow Light, Pyrrole Orange, Cad Red Medium, Fluorescent Magenta, Quinacridone Magenta, Light Violet, Cobalt Violet, Dioxazine Purple, and Titanium White. So really, I don't have a whole lot of mixing to do. I'm going to do just a few things to make some, make a kind of a yellowish orange, lighten the orange up a little bit. I'm going to add some white to it, just because I may need some areas with lighter value in there. See, Cad Red, it's probably going to be all right like it is. I'll mix a little bit of it with some orange. Maybe I'll mix a little bit of this with the cool red too. Mix those two together, makes a nice color. Quinacridone Magenta, I might mix a little bit of that with this, just for the heck of it. Maybe I'll add a little white. Okay. Now I can take my Quinacridone Magenta, make a lighter value. I might want to use some lighter value white with some white. I don't know until I get into the painting. By the way, this looks like a lot of paint, and it's more paint than I'll probably use for this painting, or I know it's more than I'm going to use. But what I don't use, I can scrape it back into the jar. Now this light violet, I love this color. I'm going to add just a little bit of Quinacridone Magenta into it, just to move it toward the red violet from a sort of a neutral violet. Now this Quinacridone Magenta is already, this is a Cobalt Violet, sorry, is already a red violet. Beautiful red violet there. All right. Dioxazine Purple. Now this is kind of a neutral purple. So if I want to use this, I've got to get it to red violet. So I'm going to use a little bit of this Quinacridone Magenta mixed with it to get it to red violet. Now that's so dark, I can't really see the color, so I'm going to take a little bit of white and mix that with it to see what that color looks like. And it's not quite red violet enough yet. So I'm going to add some more Quinacridone Magenta. And I can add some Cobalt Violet. I'll do the same kind of a thing to it. I'm going to use this as my dark value, so I need a big pile of it. Here we go. And to be honest, until I get into the painting, this is probably going to be about all I'm going to need. I can mix a little bit of this up. Maybe I put a little white in that just say I did it. Okay. All right, I think that's it. I think we're ready to paint. All right, so we've got our colors ready to go. The palette's set up. Got all the mixing done. So now what's left? Let's get to the painting. It's going to be in the next video. Hope this was helpful for you. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can push the little red button at the bottom for subscribing. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in workshops, I got workshops all over the country. Check on next year's schedule, what's left for this year and for 2019. And I hope to see you at one of those. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.